Hello, and welcome to Verbling. I'm teacher Oakley, and in today's class we are going to be learning about prepositions, specifically at, in, and on. As a matter of fact, we'll be looking at these same prepositions for a couple of days here at this time slot right now. And tomorrow at the same time slot again, we'll be looking actually at the same prepositions as they are widely used for many purposes. Basically, we're looking at prepositions of place today, where something is. You kind of have to wrap your head around the idea that, hey, look, here's my pencil, all right? It's on my hand. And now it's in my hand, and now it's at hand. I can get it easily. This concept of on top of something, inside of something, or very near, easily accessible, are basic concepts when we look at these prepositions. Okay, what we're going to do, since there's a lot of material, I'm going to kind of quickly go through some material, spend 5-8 minutes maybe, and then we're going to do a lot of exercises so you guys can practice. Then I'm going to look at another chunk of material, and again, you guys will do exercises to practice. So that's the game plan. All right, here we are. Let's get started. Let me welcome students to the class. Hello, Heidi.
Hello, nice to see you again.
Nice to see you. How are you today?
Fine, thank you.
Great. Let me welcome Tatiana.
Hello, teacher.
Hello, how are you?
Great, thanks. How about you?
I'm good, thanks. Tatiana, that's an interesting picture you have there.
Yes, yes, I am.
What is it?
A cup of coffee. My face in a cup of coffee.
My face in a cup of coffee. Yes. How did you do that? Some kind of Photoshop thing? I don't know. It's cool. I like it. Whatever. Thanks. Okay, German is with us. Hi, German.
Hello, teacher.
Hi. How are you doing?
I'm fine, thank you for asking.
Great. Nice to have you aboard. And Constantine is with us. Hi, Constantine.
Hello.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm doing okay. Okay. All right, here we go. We're just in, at, and on. First of all, we're going to talk about place. So let me do a screen share. As I go through, again, I'm more or less lecturing for 5 minutes here. If you guys have any questions at all about what I'm showing you before we get to the exercises, feel free to interrupt me. It's perfectly okay. I welcome your questions. All right, here we go. In a room. All right. In a building, in a box. All right, the concept is that you're inside. Okay, in a garden, in a town, in a city center. When you're in something with boundaries, okay, a town has boundaries, the city center has boundaries, a line that marks the outside, then you're in. In a pool, in the sea, in a river. Okay, if you're in water, all right, well, like this little picture of this funny looking guy here, you're inside the water. If you're in a boat, you're inside the boat. The boat is on the water, like on top of the water. All right. Quick examples. There's no one in the room, in the building, in the garden. Fine. What have you got in your hand? Showed you my pencil earlier. In your mouth. If you have chewing gum, then it is inside. Again, the concept of inside. Cities and countries and provinces. You are inside the borders. When we were in Italy, we spent a few days in Venice. I have a friend who lives in a small village in the mountains. Notice in the mountains. That's a tricky one. It's hard to envision because you're not really inside of the mountain. But you're in an area that is surrounded or bordered by mountains. Sometimes the overall concept is hard to recognize in the usage. I know that is true. Okay, moving on to at. All right. At, no, look at the pictures too. That's going to help, I think. At the bus stop, at the door, at the roundabout, at reception. Your at is a preposition that means specific. In time, you use it to talk about a specific time at 3:15 in the afternoon. In place, you're talking about being really close to basically in the position where you're at that place. At the bus stop. Who is that man standing at the bus stop? Standing at the door, standing at the window. Turn left at the traffic lights. When you get to that exact place, so we use at with directions a lot. Turn left at the roundabout. Turn left at the church, okay? We have to get off the bus at the next spot. All right, when you leave the hotel, please leave your key at the reception desk. At reception, or okay, at the reception desk. All right, very near that place. Okay, on. All right, all right. On the wall, now a fly. Think about a fly flying around your room, okay? A fly can be on your wall. You can't be on your wall because gravity. You weigh too much. So do I. You cannot be on the ceiling, but a fly can. Okay, he's on the outside of a surface, of the surface of something. On the door, on the floor, on the table. There's my fly. Again, it's on her nose. All right. On a page. Okay. Notice we say on a page when we're looking at a book. But once we open the book up, it's in the book. It's inside of the book. But it's on a page. Just to further that, it's in a sentence, in a paragraph, in the book, but on a page. If your book is on the desk and your pencil's on top of the book, it's on, my pencil is on the book. All right, last example, on an island. Okay, often we use sit with on. Sit on the floor, on the ground, on the grass, on the beach, on a chair. On a chair. This can be tricky, this one here, okay? Because like a kitchen chair, you know, that doesn't have arms, or dining room chair, you're going to sit down and eat dinner. You sit on the chair. But if you have a nice Barco lounger, the nice big chair that has a folding thing for your feet, okay, you're basically inside. Inside of it, we can use sit in the chair. When the chair usually has arms. Usually, when you're sitting down, you're way deep inside of the chair. So this one can be different in a chair or on a chair. Usually, you're on a couch or on a sofa. Couch, sofa, same thing. Okay, there's a mark on the wall, on the ceiling, on your shirt, on your nose, on the outside surface. Have you seen the notice on the notice board, on the door? Again, on the outside surface. On page 7 of the newspaper, on a page, that's maybe an important one to remember. There's a hotel on a small island in the middle of the lake. Okay, let's a little comparison. Okay, there were a lot of people in the shop, so they were inside the building. It was very crowded. Go along this road, turn left at the shop. If you're at the shop, you're basically standing by the door. I'll meet you in the hotel lobby. I'll meet you at the entrance to the hotel. Okay, this is This is everywhere, regardless of the place. You're in or at. If you're in the mall, you're inside the doors. You're inside the walls. If you're at the mall, most likely you're standing by the front door, the main door. Okay, in and on. Well, see the little figure over here. The water is in the bottle. The label is on the bottle, on the outside surface. At and on, there's somebody at the door. There's a notice on the door, something stuck to the surface of the door. Okay, that's it. Let's see if we can, I guess, most basic concepts of prepositions of place. So let's do some exercises, see if we get this. Okay, looking at the cute little pictures here. Hang on, let me, for example, answer the questions. Okay, for example, where's the label? It's on the bottle. Heidi, number 2.
Number 2. Where's the fly? It's on his arm.
It's on his arm. Yes, it is. Okay. Tatiana, where's the car waiting?
Number 3.
Yeah.
Where is car waiting? On the street.
Well, yeah, it's on the street, but
On the street and at I don't know. At the traffic lights. Yes.
very good. Yeah, you're right. It's on the street. Interestingly, it is on the street. It's on the surface of the street. It's in the road. That's one that people have problems with sometimes. Road, we consider, strangely enough, we consider it to have boundaries, or we consider it to be a line. That's why we say in a row. Okay, if you go to the movies, you sit, oh, I'm in row DD, seat 3. Okay, I'm in a row. So things that are lines are also in. But yes, at the traffic light.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, very good. All right, Germain, number 4. Can you see that? Where's the notice, first of all?
Then the notice on the door.
Yeah, and where's the key?
The key in the door.
Okay, it's in the door, or you can say in the lock. Either one. Yeah. All right. Very good. Okay. Constantine, number 5. Looking at this picture, where are the shelves?
The shelves are on the wall.
Yes, they are. Very good. They're on the wall. All right. Heidi, where's the Eiffel Tower?
The Eiffel Tower is in Paris.
Of course it is. Where else would it be? Okay. Tatiana, number 7. Where's the man standing?
Man standing on the gate.
Well, no, not on the gate. If he was on the gate, his shoes would be on the top of the gate. He would be standing up more.
At the gate. Yes.
At the gate. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, where's the bird? Can you see the bird? The bird's very small.
And the bird on the gate.
Yeah, there you go. The bird is on the gate. Don't forget the verb to be. Yeah, the bird is on the gate. Yes, he is. Okay, and Germain, last one. Where are the children playing?
The children are playing on the beach.
Yes, on the beach. Very, very good. Tricky one. All right, extra tricky one. If you're going to use the word sand, Okay, see, they're building sand castles. Duran, how could you use sand? The children are playing.
The children are playing uh, at castle. No?
Okay. That's a tricky one, all right? It's tricky because we could say that different ways depending on what they're doing. If they're playing volleyball, then they're playing on the sand. They're on top of it. If they're digging like they're doing, he's got a little shovel, I could say they're playing in the sand, okay, because they're actually digging into the sand. Or obviously they're using it as kind of a toy. They're playing with the sand. So can get a little tricky. It would depend on what exactly they're doing. Okay, let's try some fill in the blanks. You're going to use, again, in, at, or on to form a prepositional phrase. These are prepositions. By the way, a small note about prepositional phrases. Prepositional phrases, such as in the river, in our first example, a prepositional phrase must have a noun. Keep that in mind. Sometimes it's hard to tell if a preposition is being a preposition or if it's being something else. For example, being a part of a particle or part of a phrasal verb. Sometimes it's a little difficult to tell. Anyway, what we're going to do is make prepositional phrases. Constantine, you're going to start. Okay. Number 2. Give it a try.
One of the strings at my guitar.
No.
No, on my guitar.
There you go.
No.
Yes, that's correct. One of the strings on my guitar is broken. Of course, really, honestly, I would say of my guitar because it's a very important part of the guitar. But it is possible, it's not wrong to say on my guitar. Of my guitar, either one of those would be possible, but not at. Okay, maybe this will help. Okay, we almost never say, we frequently say somebody is at something, or like a car, people drive a car, something people move around, or people themselves are at a place, but we rarely say an object like my pencil, all right? I wouldn't say my pencil is at my desk, for example. Even though it is, I would say it's on my desk. Or maybe if I have a drawer, maybe it's in my desk, in a drawer in my desk, but I would almost never say at my desk. So we rarely say inanimate objects. Those are non-living objects, at least if they're not thought of as moving around, like a bicycle or a car or something. Like I don't drive a pencil. We rarely are going to use at for those types of things. Okay, Heidi, number 3.
There's something wrong with the car. We'd better stop at the next gas station.
Yeah. Gas, petrol, whatever you like. Nice. Okay. Good job. Tatiana, number 4.
Would you like sugar in your coffee?
Definitely in your coffee. More of an E sound, but yes. Okay. Great. Jermaine, number 5.
Okay, the leaves. The leaves. I'm confusing a little bit with this word, leaves.
Leaves. They're the flat, pardon me. They're the flat, well, they're usually green all summer. And sometimes in the fall they turn colors. But they're the flat pieces of plant life that collect sunshine for a tree. Well, or for all plants, actually.
Okay. Understand. The leaves on that tree are a beautiful color.
There you go. Okay. Leaf is, all right, just side lesson here, Jermaine. Nouns that end with F, like leaf, leaves. When we make it plural, we turn that F into a V sound. We do this a lot in English. Leaf, 1 leaf, 3 leaves. 1 wolf, 3 wolves. 1 wife, 3 wives. Knife, knives. Okay, there's quite a few nouns that do that. Okay, very good. It would also be possible to say, now, it is possible to use another answer with this one, Jermaine and everyone. You might say the leaves in the mountains are a beautiful color, possibly, and it would still make sense. Okay, but your answer is the most logical, so good job. Constantine, number 6.
Last year we have a wonderful skiing day in the mountains.
In the mountains. Holiday. Skiing holiday.
Holiday
Yes.
in the mountains.
Yeah. Holiday in the mountains. Okay, Brits use the word holiday, just so you know. Americans would say we had a wonderful skiing vacation. But we would also say in the mountains. All right. Heidi, back to you, number 7.
There's nobody living in the island. It's uninhabited.
Okay. Living on the island. Yeah. For islands, for some reason, we say on. Strangely enough, and if you're an island country like the Philippines or Japan, when you say the country name, you live in Japan. I live in the Philippines, but you live on a certain island. I live on Luzon. Okay, for example.
On the size?
What's that?
Depends on the size.
No, not really. Well, no. If it's an island, for example, I live on Luzon's the biggest island in the Philippines. I live on the island of Luzon, but I live in the Philippines. I know that's a little confusing. If it's considered an island, it's always on. However, if it's a continent, for example, Australia, all right, it's big enough to qualify as a continent, then you live in Australia. But on any other island.
For example, in Japan, the mainland is quite big, so still on.
Yeah, whatever that island is called. But again, when you say Japan, you use in. Again, I live on the island of Luzon in the Philippines. Luzon's the biggest island, but still I have to say on. That can be a little tricky. When the name of the country is the name of the island, then you say in, because we always say in with a country. I live in Iceland, for example. Iceland is an island country. I live in Fiji. Okay. Well, to tell you the truth, I live on Fiji. I live in Fiji. You could say it either way, depending if you're the speaker, if you're thinking of Fiji as the country or Fiji as the island, I guess. You could actually say it either way, whatever your intention was, depending on your intention. Tatiana, number 8.
He spends most of the day sitting at the window and looked outside.
Okay, very good. It's at the window. Okay. It is possible to sit in the window. That's if you, it is. If you have the window open and you're kind of half in and half out, then you're in the window. It is possible, but yeah, okay. Makes more sense that he's at the window. Okay. All right, let's see if we can zip through this last set, and then we'll talk more uses of in, at, or on. Simple fill in the blank here. There was a long queue of people at the bus stop. All right, German, number 2.
Okay. Teacher, I have some question.
Yeah, please.
What does mean tricky, the word? It's something bad? Or
Yeah, it can be. Both of those things, actually. You're exactly right. It can mean something difficult, all right? Often it does. And like, okay, I'm going to ski down this slope. It's a little bit tricky because there's no snow on part of it, and there's a big rock, and it's going to be a little tricky, a little difficult. But if a person is tricky, German, oh, I wouldn't trust him. He's one tricky devil. All right, then he's going to try to fool you or trick you. Okay, so both of those meanings, actually.
Yeah, understand.
Okay.
Nicola was wearing a silver ring on her little finger.
Very, very good. Okay, jewelry is a little tricky. You wear earrings, even though they're not, well, they kind of are. Earrings are in your ears. A necklace is around your neck or on your neck. A bracelet is on your wrist. A ring is on your finger. But for example, a nose ring is in your nose, and the earrings are in your ears. So little bit tricky there. Constantine, number 3.
There was an accident at the crossroad this morning.
Okay, very good. Right in the middle of those crossroads. Yes. Heidi, number 4.
I wasn't sure whether I had come to the right office. There was no name on the door.
Very good. All right, so there's a sign on the door, a name on the door. Tatiana, number 5.
There are some beautiful trees in the park.
Very good. All right. Park has borders. Great. Joanne, number 6.
Okay, you'll find the sports results on the back page of the newspaper.
Very good. Again, that can be a little tricky because it's on the page, but it's in the newspaper or in the book.
Yes.
Or in the document, but it's on a page in the document, like that. Constantine, number 7.
I wouldn't like an office job. I couldn't spend the whole day sitting at a computer.
That's it. Excellent. Okay, Heidi.
My brother is living in a small village at the southwest of England. No.
That's a tricky one.
In.
It is in. That's right.
And
Okay. Yeah, that's a very tricky one because you're talking about a direction. All right, that one you kind of have to remember. In the southwest. Right. There are mountains in the southwest. Or sometimes we say to the southwest when we're describing, you know, geography to somebody. So it's possible. So here you would have to say in the southwest of England because you're
for
talking about a
example,
specific area.
for example, southern hemisphere is on.
In the southern hemisphere. Australia is in the southern hemisphere. Like
In.
that?
Yeah.
It's in.
But if with the round shape, not half, the on the globe, right?
On the globe.
Yeah. But if it cut
Yeah.
off into the half, it's called.
Yeah. Yes, you are correct. Yeah. It's just a weird way of thinking about it. Like, I don't know. Like, if there's boundaries or not. I don't know if that'll help or make it more confusing for you. But when I think of on the globe, I mean on the outside part. When I think of in the southern hemisphere, I think that it has boundaries, namely the equator. But, yeah, you're right. Anyway. Okay. Number 9, Tatiana.
The men, the police, are looking for has a car at his right cheek.
Scar. And this would be
Yes, car, yes.
scar on his right cheek.
On?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I know, it's a little tricky. Okay, a scar is something, well, depends on the scar. If it's going slightly into the skin or it's kind of outside the skin, but anyway, a scar on something on your skin is always on. He has a mole on his forehead. She has a wart on her finger. There's a scar on his cheek. Yeah. Constantine, number 10.
The headquarters of company are in Milan.
Perfect. Yes. Always cities and countries are in. ID number 11.
I like that you're hanging on the wall in the kitchen.
Perfect. And last one, Tatiana, number 12.
If you come here by bus, get off at the stop after the traffic lights.
Very good. Very good. Excellent. Okay. Let's see if we can learn some more. All right. I had already kind of mentioned this. Let's give you some more information. We'll try some more exercises. I had already mentioned that we use in for a line or a row or the road, which is kind of like a line in the street, in the road. Okay, much broader ideas. In the sky, there's a bird in the sky. What in the world are you doing? Okay, there you go, Heidi. Not what on the world are you doing, but what in the world are you doing? Is the expression. Obviously, we can't really call that inside of the world. That doesn't really make sense. It's more like an expression. Okay, in an office, in a department, all right, fine. It's like, room. I had already mentioned in a book or in the newspaper, in a magazine, in a letter, in the document. Here's one that everybody has problems with, in bed. At night, when it's your bedtime, you go to bed. Don't disturb him. He's already in bed. Okay. When I say in bed, though, I don't really mean the idea of, I'm not really talking about location at all. What I'm really talking about is I'm using an idiom to mean he's sleeping. Okay. So when an English speaker tells you someone's in bed, they're really not talking about their actual physical locality. They're talking about the fact that they're already sleeping, or at least doing some activity that you do in the bed. Leave that to your imagination. Okay, like in the mountains, kind of, we have in the country or in the countryside. He lives in the countryside. He lives in the country. A little tricky too, because there's no well-defined boundaries with that. All right, in a picture, in a photo, in a photograph, definitely. Okay, I can see in the picture a man who has no hair.
How about the screen?
Ah, tricky. On the screen. Yeah. Right, on the TV screen, on the computer screen, or on the big screen, the movie theaters, the cinema. Yes, strangely enough, a photograph, it's in the picture, or in the photo, but a screen, it's on. Thank you for bringing that up. Okay. He likes to sit at the front row in the cinema so he can see what's on the screen. And there you go. All right. There we go. There's an example of what I was talking about with in bed. James isn't up yet. He's still in bed. All right, he's still sleeping. There wasn't a cloud in the sky. Okay. As an example. All right, you're talking about where you're working, which section of the company you're working in. This is an important one. I'm working in the sales department. Even we shorten it sometimes. I'm working in sales. Okay, to talk about a section, I guess, more or less, more abstractly, has boundaries. That's your department. Okay, who's the woman in the photo? You see today's paper. Okay. All right, on. Okay, you're looking at a picture. We often talk about a picture or a map or something like that. We use on the left, on the right, or on the left-hand side, or on the right-hand side are common phrases we use to talk about directions. Not just in a picture on a map, but actually on the street. You're going to see a McDonald's on the left, and then you need to take a left right after the McDonald's on the corner. Okay, also inside of a building, on the ground floor, on the first floor, on the second floor, etc. Okay, like on a page, we have on a map, on a menu, on a list. Here's a strange one, on a farm. Don't really know how to explain that one. As a farm is going to have clear boundaries. This one's kind of weird to me, but I mean, it sounds very natural to me, but it doesn't make sense compared to other concepts, but there it is. So you might have to remember that one separately. This is always on a farm, or sometimes on the farm, on a farm or on the farm. Okay. In Britain, we drive on the left or on the left-hand side of the road. Okay. Our apartment is on the second floor. Here's a shopping list. Don't buy anything that's not on the list. What's on the list for today? Have you ever worked on a farm? Okay, a place, and this is very important. A place is on a river. If it's in a river, then it's in the water. Remember, you're inside the water. It's on a road. It's on Route 100, for example. It's on Maple Street. Okay, so that one's important. Or on the coast of France, for example. Budapest is on the river Danube. town where you live. Is it on the coast or inland? Notice inland here is not 2 words, it's 1 word. So there's no need to use a preposition. Okay, another common phrase, on the way. Again, kind of talking about directions. We stopped to buy some things in a shop on the way home, as we were driving home. All right. On the left or on the right, but we use at the top or at the bottom or at the beginning or at the end. Here's at the top of the page, here's at the bottom of the page, fairly obvious. Write your name at the top of the page. Okay, so I guess you just have to remember that. It's a very specific thing. Jane's house is at the other end of the street. All right, you're trying to point out the exact place it is. Okay. In the front or at the front. All right. Or on the front or on the back. All right. In, at, on, with the front. Okay. A little confusing, so bear with me. In the front or in the back, for example, of a car. I was sitting in the back of the car. Well, you're kind of inside the car. You're in a car, by the way. When we crashed, I was sitting in the back of the car. Or we also say I was in the back seat. Or in the front seat. When we're talking about a group of people, like the picture over here, then we use at the front or at the back. Or at the front or at the back of a building. Front or at the back of a theater when you're in the movie theater. Oh, I got tickets for seats at the front. You could still say in the front if I had tickets. Sometimes they're interchangeable, really. For example, tickets to a show. I got tickets down in front. I got tickets at the front. You could say it either way. Really, it would be perfectly okay. All right, if you're talking about, it's kind of up to what the speaker's thinking. For example, the garden is at the back of the house. All right, I'm thinking about the specific place where the garden is. I could also say the garden is in the back. Would be common. Depends. Sometimes they're interchangeable when you're talking about direction. Let's sit at the front. Let's sit up front. Let's sit in the front. I think you could say it either way. All right. Okay, with an actual object, you can move around, flip upside down, turn around. Okay, you have a front and back of a letter, a piece of paper, a book, a notebook. It has a front and a back. So, all right, obviously the front of the book has the title. The back of the book has a picture of the author on the back, and then we use on the back or on the front, not in the back or in the front. One last note before we try some exercises. Here we see in the corner of a room. However, if you're inside a box, then you're in the corner. For example, if you're outside of the corner, for example, the corner of the street, you're at the corner, or you can say on the corner. Spend all day hanging out on the corner, or at the corner. Usually if we're talking just about directions, we say on the corner. We can use them interchangeably, really. Won't really matter. But if we're talking about meeting somebody, I'll meet you at the corner of Smith and Dime. But doesn't matter that much. Okay, let's see if I've confused you guys yet or not. All right, another picture exercise. Again, where does Sue work? In the sales department. Okay, take a look at the word in parentheses underneath. to help you with your answer. Constantine, number 2. Constantine, are you there?
Sorry.
Ah,
So you live in this building? Where is her flat exactly? Her flat is on the 2nd floor.
That's very confusing. Okay, here's something that's very confusing, even to me. I have to tell you guys. As an American, I would say Sue's flat is on the 3rd floor, not the 2nd floor. Because Brits and Americans count this differently. Brits count the first, okay, the first floor is the main floor, and then the next one up is the 1st, 2nd, 3rd, but Americans don't do that. We call the bottom one, sometimes it's the 1st floor, sometimes it's the main floor. The main floor and the 1st floor mean the same thing. Always. If there's a mezzanine level, okay, the mezzanine is the 2nd floor, or the mezzanine. It's the same thing. I get very confused with the way it's done in Europe and Britain because it doesn't make any sense to me. I don't know if I'm counting the main floor as the 1st floor or not, because sometimes it's different. And I don't know if they have a mezzanine. Does that count as the 2nd floor, or is the 2nd floor above the mezzanine? I'll be honest, I'm completely baffled. It makes no sense to me at all. Americans start with the first one and go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Seems to make sense to me. Brits do not. They add a couple variables in there, and they're not always consistent either. So, good luck. That's all I can tell you. Heidi, number 3.
Where is the woman standing? At the corner.
At the corner? Yep. She's at the corner, or she's on the corner. Either one. Okay, very good. Tatiana, number 4.
4. Where is the man standing? The man is standing on the corner.
No, he is in the corner.
Yes, in the corner, yes.
Because he's inside. He's standing in the corner.
In the corner, yes.
Yeah. All right. By the wall, next to the chair, near the window. Okay. We can say a lot of things, but there you go. That's the point, mostly at, in, on. Okay. Constantine. Okay. Well, here you go. Number 5.
Where's the cat? The cat is on the top of stairs.
Okay. He is at the top of the stairs.
At the top of the stairs.
Or you could say, Constantine, he is on the top stair. You could say on. Okay, he's on the bottom stair. He's on the stairway or stairwell. You could use on, but you'd have to say what position. On the top step, on the bottom step, on the staircase. It's possible to use on in this case, but you have to be a little bit more specific. What are you on top of exactly? Okay, Heidi, number 6.
Where is the dog? The dog is in the back of the car.
Yeah. Very good. He's in the back of the car. All right. Okay. Tatiana, number 7.
Alice is in this group of people. Where is she? She is on the front of photo.
She's
On the front of the photo.
okay. Well, we would say she's at the front, possibly in the front, but not in. We use on for left and right. Okay. So she's on the right side of the picture at the front. Okay. So it's a little confusing. These ones with pictures are confusing, I know. Try to remember on is left and right. Always. And when we give directions, the same thing. We'll give landmarks. We'll talk about places that you can see. Oh, you'll see McDonald's on your left. At that point, you go one more block. Okay, like that. Okay, Constantine, number 8. Where's
the post office? The post office is on the left of the road.
Yeah, on the left. On the left. You might say on the left side of the street.
Left side of the street.
Yeah, or just plain it's on the left. When we reference, okay, that's important. Usually when we reference something else, oh, you'll see McDonald's on the left side of the street. On the left, we'll often say side, on the left side of the street. You'll see McDonald's on the left. Nothing. It sounds strange to see, you'll see McDonald's on the left of the road. We would normally say on the left side of the road. Okay. Or just nothing, or just on the left. Okay. Heidi, number 9.
Gary is the cinema. Yeah, Gary is at the cinema. Where is he sitting? He's sitting in the back row.
Yeah. Okay. Always in with a row. Okay. Tatiana, last one here, number 10.
Where does Katie walk? Katie walks on the farm.
Yes, she does. Look at her go. Throwing that hay. Okay, Tatiana, you ever work on the farm?
No.
No?
No.
It's good exercise. Keeps you healthy. Okay. All right. Moving on. Complete the sentences. All right. We've got some places here. Again, using in, at, or on, we're going to make a prepositional phrase, as in number 1. It was a lovely day. There wasn't a cloud in the sky. Very common, the entire phrase. Very colloquial. Okay. Constantine, number 2.
In most countries, people drive on the right.
Perfect. Very good. Remember, on with left and right. And that's it. See, we don't need to say on the right side of the road or on the right side of the street. We often don't bother to use road or street. We just say on the right. Okay. Number 3, Heidi.
What is the tallest building in the world?
Very good. Great. What is the tallest building in the world?
I don't know the name. It's difficult in Dubai.
Oh, yeah, right. Yep. I also can't ever remember the name. All right. Okay. Tatiana, number 4.
I usually buy a newspaper on the way to work.
Okay. In the morning. Yes.
Yes, in the morning, yes.
On the way to work. I was on my way to work when suddenly, yes, very common phrase. I got a flat tire on the way to work. Okay, Constantine, number 5.
San Francisco is on the west coast of the United States.
Very good. That's right. Perfect. Okay. Great. Heidi, number 6.
We went to the theater last night. We had seats in the front row.
Mm-hmm. In the front row or at the front row, either one would be perfectly acceptable. I like in. It doesn't matter. Personal preference. Tatiana, number 7.
I couldn't hear the teacher. She spoke quickly, and I was sitting at the back of the class.
Okay. She spoke quietly. Quietly.
Okay, quietly.
All right. And I was sitting at the back of the class or in the back of the class. Again, either one would be okay, really. All right. Constantine, number 8.
I don't have your address. Could you write it on the back of this card?
Very good. On the front, on the back. Okay. One more exercise, just simply substituting one of our prepositions in, at, or on. As an example, write your name at the top of the page. Okay, Heidi, number 2.
Is the sister in this photograph? I don't recognize her.
Okay, in the photograph. Okay. Tatiana, number 3.
I didn't feel very well when I woke up, so I stayed in bed.
Great. Great. Sounds great to me. Staying in bed. Great idea. Okay, Constantine, number 4.
We normally use the front entrance to the building, but there's another one at the back.
At the back, I think is better here. Yes, because you're trying to show a specific location. In the back would not be unheard of either. I think it's possible. Heidi, number 5.
Is there anything interesting in the paper today?
Very good. Definitely in the newspaper. Excellent. Tatiana, number 6.
There was a list of names, but my name wasn't on the list.
Very good. On a page, on a list, on a menu. Great. Constantine, number 7.
At the end of the street, there's a path leading to the river.
Perfect. Excellent. Good one. That's a tricky one. You're talking about a specific location at the end of the street. All right. Heidi, number 8.
I love to look at the stars in the sky at night.
Great. Wonderful. Number 9, Tatiana.
When I'm a passenger in a car, I prefer to sit in the front.
Okay. That's true. Is it? Okay. Do you know what we call not the driver's seat? The driver's seat is obviously for the driver. He has the steering wheel and the gas pedal and the brake. Okay. The other seat in the front. Do you know what we call that in English? Okay, as opposed to the driver's side, it's called the passenger side, or you may see this in movies very commonly. It's quite common. It's called shotgun. All right? Yeah. So if you call shotgun, and you actually say, I call shotgun, like that, what you're saying is, I want the passenger front seat. Okay? If you actually say, I call shotgun, and people do, especially kids and teenagers, so that they can, because they all everybody likes that seat. That's called the shotgun seat. Yeah. Okay. All right. Constantine, number 10.
I live in a very small village. You probably want to find it on your map.
Very good. Again, on a page, on a map, on a menu. Heidi, number 11.
Joe works in the furniture department of the large store.
Great. In a department. Excellent. And last one, Tatiana, number 12.
Paris is on the river sign.
Yes, it is. Okay. Excellent job. All right. Tomorrow, more of the same but completely different. More abstract and challenging uses of these very, very common prepositions at, in, and on. So I hope you can join me tomorrow when we continue. To be continued. Thank you very much,
Thank
everybody.
you. Thank you. Bye.
Okay, bye-bye. See you soon.